everyone, welcome to this video that is going to show you how to defeat the Eye of Carnage mission as the Barbarian. So this guide is going to be split into two sections, with the build I use to beat the fight being first, so if you're just after the boss tactics, use the timestamps below to skip ahead. With that being said, let's get straight into it. Alright, by no means is this most efficient way, just the way I found that offers a decent mix of damage and survivability. So let's start off by picking a Barbarian. Now at the time of doing this, I only had the human unlocked, but if you have access to Death Touched, just be aware that the second phase of this fight deals a lot of solo damage, so keep that in mind while picking your character's race. Next up, let's look at the starting bonuses. Ideally we're looking for critical hit damage and damage to elites. Some of the other good stats are critical hit chance, primal damage, or bonus health. Even if you only get one of these, try and aim for critical hit damage. For the subclass, pick up the Cult Initiate. This is going to give us access to a really good thief movement skill known as Blade Dash and give us some much needed defense layers in the form of dodge. Next up, the weapon. Get the Destroyer Axe. It has the highest base damage of any weapon the Barbarian has access to, and comes with a tasty 50% critical hit damage modifier. For this fight you want your weapons and main abilities to all be at level 10 too, so don't forget to level them up. Artifacts come next. The two we're going to make use of are the Eye of Berserking and the Band of Primal Power. In order to unlock these, you'll need to do the following. For the Band of Primal Power, simply play as the Barbarian in any other mission and gain faction experience. The ring is unlocked at level 10 faction. For the Eye of Berserking, you'll want to hit Ritual level 15 in the Pale Desolation mission. This mission plays a little different from the standard ones, but here's a quick rundown. While in the mission, you'll find these black skeletons around the map. Running on these will spawn an elite and some minions. Kill them and collect the shards they drop. Then after you have enough, take these to the ritual circle in the middle of the map. You'll get ritual experience every time you kill a boss and every time you hand in shards. It took me about an hour to hit level 15. Once you have all of this, it's time to start looking for gear. So the armor set we're going to use is called the Savage Armor. It's the only set in the game that can roll the modifier % to primary attack ability. When you pick up your armor, it's going to be very tempting to upgrade them to Ancient quality, but do not do this. Instead, upgrade them once to Rare, as we'll lose 250% damage per ability we gain. And the Ancient armor will give you a passive or a power ability. Now, once you start looking for these Savage items, make sure that the primary attack ability modifier is on every item slot you can get it on. If you can, mix in critical hit chance to around 20% and as much critical hit damage as you can get. Other modifiers to look out for are % less damage taken per life lost and % movement speed per life lost. If you get really lucky and manage to snatch an enhanced piece with more primary attack damage, then grab it. Given how the system currently works in early access, this can be a bit time consuming, as you'll need to re-roll every time you don't get what you want and basically pray to either RNGesus or Lucifer. Next up, skills and runes. For masteries, you want to hit up 5 Berserking, 3 Resilience, 2 Rampage, and 4 Bloodthirst. Once you get to choose your power ability, choose Primal Roar. When you get this, don't level up anymore, and instead go and get your first rune. What you'll want to do here is add the Yiln Eldritch rune to your Primal Roar ability, and this will force you to add a 4th slot to your weapon. From here on out, add these runes to your Destroyer Axe, starting with the Primordials. Big Dick and Urk? What the fuck's an Urk? But then finish off by adding the Zal rune from the Eldritch runes. As for the other skills, you can also add Wrath and Erd from the Sun and Lunar runes respectively, to give the skill a wider AoE radius and less energy needed to proc. With all that done, finish off taking your character's skills, skip the option to take a passive skill, and then choose Blade Dash as your movement skill. To round out the build, you'll want to fish for dodge charges from the soul fragments. If you can get these on greater fragments, awesome. But by this point I'd gone through 400 rerolls and was starting to get pissed off, so I just took the first ones that I saw. But now that's done, time for the boss fight. So the fight itself is broken down into 3 phases, with an intermission phase following the end of phase 1 and 2. In phase 1, Akka will chase after you using melee attacks, and also try to leap on you. When she lands, you'll be pulled in and take damage based on your proximity to where she is. The other main mechanic are the spiky ball pillars. These spiky balls are annoying as shit and will spawn in random locations throughout the phase. These should be taken care of before they overwhelm the arena. Finally, you'll be faced with a constant wave of adds which our axe will make short work of, and provide us an easy way of sustaining. Main points here: keep an eye on your dodge charges, and dash when you need a refill. As a barbarian, and thanks to all the damage masteries we took, you get stronger the closer you are to death, so I suggest losing 5 lives in phase 1. This will give you a big damage steroid, and leave you a decent buffer for phase 2 when there's less adds. Once you fully deplete her health, which I estimate to be around 130 million, she will teleport to the middle of the room and encase herself in a flame shield, becoming invulnerable during the transition phase. During this phase, 3 red beams will appear and travel in a slow anti-clockwise rotation around the platform. The spiked ball pillars and adds will continue to spawn, so deal with these while dodging through the red beams. After a minute, Akka will emerge from the center, and no longer have her blades. Instead, she now attacks using small fireballs which you'll have a quick chance to dodge before they land. Also, there will be small rotating flame walls on the floor. These inflict a minor solar damage over time debuff and should be avoided where possible. The major mechanic of phase 2 comes in the form of her charged blast. So often, Akka will go invulnerable and levitate, followed by an audio cue, and after a short time fire a massive wave of unavoidable fireballs at you. In order to not get one shot here, you need to find a ritual circle that appears on the floor. When Akka starts using this ability, step in it just as she fires the death wave, and you'll be fine. Be careful not to activate the ritual circle too early, because it does have a limited duration. Adds are also far less plentiful in phase 2, so try and conserve as many lives as you can ready for phase 3. Once you drop to 0 life, she'll pop into another transition phase. It's pretty much the same as the first, but with some added difficulty. The 3 flame walls will appear again, but they're also much faster now, going in the same direction. The flame walls that were present in phase 2 will be here as well. Survive another minute, killing the skeletons that appear while you do, and you'll hit the 3rd and final phase. The 3rd and last phase is deceptively easy compared to the other 2. Akka basically loses all of her abilities and has a simple melee attack. It will also charge you if you get too far away that stuns you for a second. Pretty simple, right? Aside from the constant wave of adds, there is only one major mechanic now. Every time you cause Akka to lose a life, she would drop a pool of blood directly underneath her. This puddle will then expand to a certain degree and deal damage to you if you stand in it. So here's the way I did this. Start directly north and position Akka at the top of the arena. Then move either left or right depending on preference. The idea here is that you place the next circle on the edge of the last one to conserve as much space as possible. If you feel particularly brave or you have some excess health, you can also go inside the circles, drop her health in there and then cause the circle to drop inside another, potentially saving even more room. Please bear in mind though that these blood circles were recently buffed and now deal 100% more damage when you stand in them as compared to this video. By the time she's on her last health bar, you should have a nice empty spot in the middle of the arena where you can take her and deliver her to a final death. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching and I wish you the best of luck in taking down Akka and completing this fun fight. Oh, I thought that was 11 million on her then. That duped me out a bit. Get in the middle, bitch. This is it, boys! This is it, boys! She's done. Fucking got it. GG.